Hi everyone, what's going on? My name's Jeremy Palmer and welcome to another episode with the Binary Destroyer 7.0. Now this video is going to follow on from the previous video I uploaded a couple of days ago on YouTube. So I'll put a link to that video in the comment sections below. But we're going to talk about trade management and money management and how it's so important to get right or to learn when trading Forex, because I see it time and time again. You know, you get that kind of barrier between an experienced trader and a beginner trader, okay? And that barrier is understanding money management and trade management, okay? And like I said in my previous video, it's not all about high win ratios, okay? Because I see so many traders frustrated because they're like, this guy is making all this money and I'm not making any money, and I'm doing the same thing as that guy. I'm taking the same trades as him, so why am I not winning and he is winning? And it all comes down to how you manage your trades. Are you trying to maximize the profits from every trade you take? You know, it's not simply just take a trade and set your stop loss, take profit and hope for the best. It doesn't work like that. You know, as a Forex trader myself, not every trade is the same. You know, you can take trades and they instantly hit take profit. You can take trades and they instantly lose. You know, and you can take trades that don't really do a lot for about a couple of hours and then hit your stop loss or hit your take profit. What we need to do is manage those trades. And what I found down in London, when I used to go down quite a lot to meet brokers and institutional traders, was not necessarily their ability to take trades, because most of them were just using simple support and resistance, moving average, waiting for a daily time frame confirmation and entering on the lower markets. What made them more experienced traders and more better traders was how they managed those trades. Where do I set my stop loss? Where do I take where do I set my take profit? What's my win ratio? So in this video, we're going to simulate the old school AND strategy. And you've not heard me or talk about the AND strategy in a long while. But basically, the AND strategy was designed because it's a simple strategy. We wait for an arrow to appear outside the zone and we go for 5 pips. Now, I would recommend everybody, and I mean everybody, watches these videos, if you're a subscriber or not, if you're a BD member or not, to get yourself a decent simulator so you can actually back test and simulate strategies and fine tune your money management, your strategy and your trade management too. Get a real feel of, is a strategy successful? What am I doing wrong? Pointers on how you can improve your trading style every single day, because there's loads of strategies out there, okay, but it's how you manage those strategies, how I manage the trades that I'm taking. So we're quickly just going to go over the AND strategy. 5 pip take profit, stop loss. I'm going to use an open stop loss with this. I want to fine tune this over the next couple of weeks, try and bring in a stop loss and get something like a 1-to-3 win reward ratio, meaning I'm risking 1% to make 3%. Okay, now I know a lot of people out there are going to think, Jamie, how does this make you money? And yet when I try it, it doesn't make me money. Now, it all comes down to what I'm doing in this video, simulating, fine-tuning, what works for me, what doesn't work for me, and then taking notes and then using those notes to improve the strategy and my own trading style. So what we're going to do is we're just going to press play here. Now, what I've done, hold on, my phone's going off there. What I was going to say is, I forgot what I was going to say. So yeah, what I've done is I've changed the Binary Destroyer 7.0 to the AND strategy. Now, this will only work on the Binary Destroyer 7.0 because the bands don't longer repaint. And I found because I was simulating this last night till like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, the time's now 6:30 in the morning. So I've only had really 2 or 3 hours sleep. But what I found was I found the BD strategy and the AND strategy is a lot more powerful with these new zones because they no longer repaint, okay? So we're set up to the AND strategy. As soon as I get an arrow outside of the zone, I'm going to take a 5 pip. I'm going to take a 5 pip trade, okay? Is that a setup? Is that a setup? I might take that setup, you know. This is a risky setup, but I'm going to take it anyway. Concept, 5 pips out the zone. In fact, I don't really like that setup. In fact, I'm going to ignore that, okay, because even though it probably did hit 5 pips, as you can see there, I didn't like that setup. But I like that setup. That's the setup I go for when you can see the actual arrow is outside the zone. So, okay, forget the lot sizes. I'm just going to do a simple 1 lot. Okay, take profit, 5 pips, okay. I'm going to buy, okay, and hopefully this hits take profit. Yes, it does. It gets filled. So as you can see here, I'm now up 0.5% of my account. But like I said, just forget the lot sizes, forget the concepts of it all. We're just seeing, you're just getting an idea on how I simulate strategies and how I get something to work for me. Because I know, you know, there's a lot of traders out there that watch YouTube videos, watch other traders trade and think to themselves, you know what, I'm doing exactly the same thing as this guy in the videos, but yet I lose, he wins. And when it comes to Forex, this is the difference. When it's binary, it's a little bit different because you just take a trade, it wins, it loses, you know, and that's it. You have no real trade management, okay? But Forex is majority around, the majority of Forex trading is about trade money management. Am I using the correct money management? Am I using the correct trade management? Am I using the correct lot sizes, stop loss, take profit? You know, am I getting the most out of my trades? You know, all these you need to fine tune, and you do this with simulators, okay? So I'm just gonna see, look, here we go, look, here we go. There's a setup here, look, okay? Risky setup, but it's an and strategy. That is an and signal. So again, we're gonna sell the market there, 5 pip take profit. And that gets filled instantly. Now, your next question we could ask ourselves now is, maybe if I used a trailing stop loss here, could I got more pips, Jamie? Could I use more? Could I got maybe 10, 15 pips out of this? You know, this trade actually could have gone 50 pips. You know, so it's this kind of fine tuning we look at now, okay, and go, wow, Jamie, you know, instead of 5 pips, Jamie, I could have got almost 80 pips. So it's these things that we take notes down. We take notes and think, okay, this was a good setup. The arrow candle was outside of the zone. So we go for 5, maybe go for a trailing stop loss. So each time the price comes down, we use a trailing stop loss. So, you know, this is the difference. This trade here could have returned me, I don't know, 10% of my account if I managed that properly. But because I didn't manage it properly, I only got 5 pips. You know, you see the difference there? So that's why, look, here we go, here's another signal, okay? So let's just go with, okay, I'm not going to use the take profit, I'm going to use 0, okay? I'm not going to use the take profit 0. So I'm going to sell the market, okay? And I'm just going to watch the pips as it comes down, okay? So up almost 21, there we go. So I'm going to lock in £113 on that there, close all, there, done. Okay, so I'm up almost 2.3% on this account now because I didn't use the take profit. I used my knowledge and targeted the bottom of the zone. So I got out of this trade roughly around 13 pips or 12 pips because it's got a 1 pip spread here. You see here, it says spread 1 pip. So I got 12 pips out of this, so almost double as what I normally get. Okay, here we go, look, there we go, there's another signal back to back. Okay, so and strategy again. Should we go for the concept where let's go for 10 pips? Okay, let's try 10 pip take profit. Let's see what happens. Okay, okay, it got filled, so 10 pips does work. Okay, and I'm up almost 3% now on the account. So again, you know, you should be taking notes, you should be simulating and seeing what works for you. You know, it's not just take a trade, let's set a stop loss and take profit. You know, it's here, look at this resistance area here, this support area, double bottom. If we had a signal here, that would have been a really good confirmation. So I'm just gonna keep going here. So I highly recommend anybody going into Forex, you know, to get yourself a decent simulator and actually simulate this and see what works and what doesn't work. Because I can sit here now and I can show you that you can still make money with a 40 to 50% win ratio. You know, it's not all about high win ratios, win in Forex. It's not. Okay, in binary, yes, but in Forex, no. Okay, you know, you can have a 90% losing rate win ratio. Okay, you can lose 90% of your trades, but as long as those 10% of the trades you do win is bigger profits than the losses, hey ho, you start making money. So I might actually get an and signal there. Yeah, I do. You see here? Now I'm going to go for a 5 pip take profit on this one. Okay, reason being is because it's against the trend. You can see here trends facing down, the zones are facing down. So again, I'm taking notes here. I'm taking a 5 pip take profit here because it's against the trend. So I'm going to buy here. Okay, and hopefully the market, it does get filled. Okay, it's gone against me. Okay, so what I'm going to do, okay, is I simulated this last night. Okay, I'm going to close this trade off now. I'm going to close this trade off early because I don't like the fact it's against the trend. Okay, so I'm going to close this trade off now. Where is it? Close all. So locked in there. Okay. Like I said, I didn't wait for, I should have used a trailing stop on this, but with this simulator, in fact, this trade did actually hit take profit. But what I don't know about this simulator is how to actually set a trailing stop loss. So we're going to keep going here. And like I said, just do what I'm doing here in this video. Okay, get yourself a decent simulator, invest some time into the correct tools, correct training, correct strategies. Because I always get asked this, and it really frustrates me, is I get a lot of emails and say, Jamie, what's the win ratio of the binary destroyer? Okay, and that's where I have to sit there and explain to people, if you're trading Forex, it's not necessarily about win ratio. Yes, it's good to have a consistent, profitable strategy, but learn the actual concept. Here we go. I'm going to go for 5 pips again with this trade. 5 pips because, again, it's against the trend. Okay, I don't quite like this because it's against the trend here. Maybe I'd avoid this trade because it's against the trend. Okay, because you notice the last trade we took that was against the trend, I actually closed early because we had drawdown. So, we'll see what happens here. Hopefully it does hit take profit. But again, you see here, because this trade's against the trend, it's now gone against me. Okay, so that is something that we don't do in the future. In fact, I might get another entry point here. Okay, do we incorporate a stop loss now? Do we not? I'm gonna wait. There we go. In fact, here we go. I'm gonna take another signal here. I'm gonna increase my lot size to 2. Okay, I wouldn't normally do this. Okay, but I want to try and get myself out of this trade. No take profit. So 0, 0, 2 pips. Okay, and I want to try and get this to come out. Let's see what happens. See, this is what you do not want to be doing. Right. Okay, I'm going to actually close this trade off in a lot. Hold on, next bar. Hopefully we go a little bit higher. That'd be nice. Yeah, okay, I'm going to close this trade off now. Overall profit, look at this, 104 pips. One trade is giving me, £104, one trade's in a loss, and up 134 on the other trade. So I am overall, so I'm going to close all of these trades. Okay, there we go. Now I'm still up 3.72%, but I've learned something now, that do not take these signals against the trend because they're going to give me drawdown. Okay, so remember, that's one thing I've now learnt when trading the and strategy is, do we take trades against the trend but use a stop loss? Okay, or do we do what I've done here and just try and kind of average myself out of the position by increasing my lot size and taking myself at a better trade? Because overall, this trade put me in a 50 pip drawdown, which is, something I do not want to be getting myself into. So all along taking notes, I could sit here now and I could probably try and get this account Oh, I thought we had a setup there. Nope, no setup. Okay, this is a nice big strong downtrend, this is. You know, when we're trading the AND strategy, there is actually some logic behind this strategy. It's actually a really good strategy for learning market structure. I might actually go over this strategy in more detail because it's really good for spotting support and resistance and structure in the market. Here we go, here we go. Okay, we've got a signal here. Okay, now again, this isn't against the trend, okay? It is still slightly bands are facing down, but it's not as bad as before. So I'm going to go for a 5 pip take profit. Again, we're just going to buy the market here. Hopefully my trade gets filled. Okay, yep, trade got filled. But notice how we had a slight drawdown there. But nothing to worry about. Okay, we've got another signal here. Okay, looks like we're going to be against the trend here. Okay, okay, I'm going to sell the market again. Okay, 5 pip take profit. Okay, stop. I'm going to go back here. Okay, so I've actually got a second confirmation here. Okay, now, as you can see, we nearly hit take profit just here with this trade, okay? But we've actually got a second confirmation. And what I like about the AND strategy here is I haven't got my RSI indicator loaded up, but we've got a nice spot of divergence. Okay, notice how the RSI is lower, okay, and price is higher. This is a really good diversion signal, okay, and diversion signals extremely powerful, like any other diversion, BD signal, Mogwai diversion signal. They're all powerful. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to increase my lot size here. I'm not going to use a take profit on this, okay? I'm just going to sell the market 2 lots, and then, okay, so watch this trade. Okay, it's going to come down here. Okay, look at it. Okay, I'm almost dipped into £282, and hopefully my take profit at the bottom here gets filled, or hopefully. Okay, I'm going to close this trade off early. In fact, I'm going to close this trade off. So close all. There you go. I'm up almost 5.5% now. Now I'm just curious if this trade did eventually, yeah, would have actually hit take profit. Look at that. That's my own fault by not using a trailing stop loss there. You see, look, if I actually just go back here, okay, let's just go back to this point here. And I'll actually show you the difference between a poor management and good management here, because this is my own fault on this video here. This actually came down to, I'm going to close this trade early because I don't like price against me. But if I actually, let's say, had a bit of confidence and held this trade, let's just see what would happen with this trade, okay? So I can actually, good thing about the simulator, okay, is there we go, we left it open. Okay, so let's just with this 321, let's try and set, see, I can set a trading stop loss, but I'm not quite sure how to do it, because every time I seem to set a trading stop loss on this, it closes trades early. Okay, so let's just keep going down here. Okay, and we'll actually target the bottom of this zone here. So we'll wait for one of the trades to hit take profit, which it did, yes. Okay, so that first trade that here hit take profit of 5 pips, and then I close this trade off. In fact, we can actually, because I know, there you go, I can close it off here at £782, done. Okay, so this is the difference. I'm now up 12% on my account because I held my position open. Okay, now that does not necessarily mean you want to hold all your positions open, but that's the difference, okay, between a correct trade management and a poor trade management, okay? So we're going to keep going, okay, I'm going to do probably another 5 trades, okay, and then we'll call that a day. Okay, the thing that I like about the AND strategy, okay, is actually, the thing I like about the AND strategy is it's a very simple strategy. It's just this arrow outside of the zone like this, here. Okay, look at this double top pattern here. Look at this resistance area. If I just bring a box up here, look at this resistance area. Okay, nice little resistance here. So again, we're going to go for a, you know what, I'm just going to target the bottom of this zone again. Okay, I'm not going to go for a 5 pip take profit. I'm going to go for one lot. Okay, in fact, let's go for 10 pips. Okay, 10 pips, because this is the same setup as what I was doing a couple of trades before. You know, it was prices going sideways, which is good. Okay, it's not against the trend, it's not with the trend, price is consolidating. So I'm just going to target the bottom of this zone. So 10 pips should easily be filled here. Okay, so price comes down. Okay, there we go. So you see here, okay, see here, it easily hit 10 pips. So we've actually got another setup here as well. Okay, God, this is a very, I mean, I would probably say this is not a setup, because that arrow is out, not outside of the zone. Okay, you know, this is one of those where is it, is not, and I'm going to say no. But we're going to, for the concept again, a range bounce, okay, we're going to buy it again. Remember what I said, because we're going sideways with this currency pair, okay, I'm increasing my lot size. So I'm going to target the top of this zone here, okay. And as you can see here, trade gets filled, okay, it bounces off the top again. So from, you know, bounce, bounce, bounce. So, you know, just taking notes all of the time. You know, do I, you know, I use a stop loss if it's against the trend. If it's with the trend, I use a trading stop loss. If it's range bouncing, prices going sideways, I can get more pips. So here we go. Okay, this is a typical this is my last and final trade. This is a typical and strategy. You always get a spike up like this, and you always get an arrow at the top of it. Okay, but you know, whether you say this is a risky trade, good trade, bad trade, it's still a trade. Okay, so again, I'm just going to use a take profit of 5 pips. I'm going to sell it. Okay, and this gets filled. Yeah, you see, and we look at it now. Could I have got more pips out of this trade? Okay, yeah, again, you see, again, using a trailing stop loss, okay, which is funny because I got this same setup. Okay, let me just show you. Look at this setup here, okay, and we actually go back into the charts and have a look at the exact same setup we took here. Look at this one. This was the exact same setup, random spike. You know, this trade went to 80 pips, but I closed in at 5 pips. Okay, same setup. Look at that, same setup here, random spike outside of the zone. And again, this trade could have given us 50 pips. Let's see if it went any further. So we're pulling back, do we drop? No. Okay, so you know, this trade could have given us 40 pips, but needless to say, we could have got more pips out of this trade. So again, okay, we've locked in 15%. Look at this, 15% gain on this account. Okay, now things, remember, get yourself a decent simulator so you can do exactly what I'm doing here. Secondly, but take notes. You know, you've seen the trades that I took. One thing we learned with this video is that and signals against the trend will give us drawdown. Yes, they eventually do hit take profit, but maybe use a smaller lot size, maybe incorporate a stop loss. Okay, and it seems to be that when you get setups like this, you can go for more pips. We can go for maybe 40, 50 pips with setups like this. So, you know, that is the and strategy on the 5-minute time frame, simulating it, and you get an idea of how to manage your trades correctly. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.